Welcome back. Satisfactory. The time has finally arrived. It is time for us to build our plastic and rubber factory. I've put out this 4x4 base here. Should make sure that we can fit another 4x4 base. Okay, we can. Good. And what we're going to do is use one of our previously made blueprints to make one of these water packers. I wonder, is this the right one? I could have sworn these were blue. Perhaps the color does not come through. I want the pipes on this side. Let's try one in that direction. I think it's good. Oh boy. Precision required. I think this is it. I have to click so gently to make sure we don't accidentally whip it. There we go. First level of our water packer put in place. So the idea is we're going to have our water packer. I'm going to try not to get too Customization's already applied, huh? We'll come back to that. So we have our first level. We're going to build one level, just the one to start. Make sure everything's working. Then we'll come back and connect everything else. The idea is we'll have our water packer here. We'll pack up the water, and then we'll send the packed water into these to dilute the heavy oil residue down to the packed fuel. All right. So that's going to basically give us an extension of the amount of heavy oil residue that's available. We're going to go from 30 to 60. So that's super awesome. Very happy with that. Now, we've got this built. We need to go in here now and start to make some connection. This is the output side where we're going to get all of our packed water. This is the input side where we need to input water and containers, right? So in order to pack water, you have to have water, obviously, and you have to have something to put it in, which is a container. We're going to worry about the containers here in a minute. We have a plan for that already. Right now, we just need to set up the water, and that's going to come from fully from the other side of our platform, back where we originally pumped in water. It's a bit of a hike, and it's going to be a bit of a build. If you remember this from a couple of videos ago, right here we've got water coming in, and we've got one water pipe that's ready to go untouched. We use a little bit on this side for the fabric, and we use a little bit on this side for the containers. Right? We use plastic containers over here. All right, so we're gonna rock and roll our way up here, and we can confirm that we have free water, which is 1800. We roughly need 14 some odd, and we're using right around 250. So we should have more than enough water to make this happen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build this on an edit, and then I'm going to be right back, but I'll give you a flavor of it as we go along here, right? So we need the organization and no, logistics actually. Sorry about that. And we're going to get wall support. Okay. And kind of on the edge, just so we have room to go around. And we want to make sure that we hit the dips whenever we can. We're going to take it like this. We're going to take it like this. This. And we'll go down, say, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Hit it again. Then we'll go for a pipe. I'm using this much space. One, because we've got it. Right? I mean, we've got the maneuverability of this. And it is nice to be able to make changes along the way and not get locked in. So when I run pipes, whenever possible, I like to give myself a decent amount of space. All right, so it's basically going to be that same build all the way down till we reach our water packing plant. All right, so I'm going to give it a pause. I'm going to build maybe like half of it. I'll check in with you. And then before we make the final connections, I'll come back. Here we go. All right, so I built all of the required. We're going to go right on the edge here like this. So all 4 of these water pipes have connections. So we've got 3 pipes of water coming in, and I haven't built the pipes yet, but you know, as I always say, if you're building a large amount of things, build one type of thing at a time. Don't constantly switch between the various items that you need to build. So I've built all of the pipeline wall supports, and I'm going to go back and build the pipes now. And then we'll talk about how we're going to combine 3 outputs of water into 4 inputs of water. All right, be right back. Okay, actually, that really didn't take that long. So now we have 3 water sources, and we want to connect them to 4 water requests. Let's do a little bit of this action first. And I think it makes sense to kind of pull this in now that we're here. We know we're going to have a semi-restricted situation. We're going to pull these 3 into much closer formation like that. Then we'll pull you to here. And it would be amazing if all 3 of these worked in one. Oh, right. That's great. Okay, so now we've got water very close to where we need it. Now, I think what I'm going to do is going to connect that like that. We've got 3 more connections. So for each one of these, we're going to split you. Like that, and like that, and like that. We're going to cross our fingers we're not too close. That was a joke, by the way. All right, we'll take out these pipeline supports. And we'll just connect these directly. This middle pipe we know has the most juice on it, right? It's the one that hasn't been split, made use of at all. So I think what I want to do is put this one like way out here. We're going to put up one more. Well, actually, no. We'll go to here. And then this last one, just connect way out here. So now all these pipes are getting used. This full 600. This one is getting 600. These two are getting 600. I think I want one more split. We're going to connect you way out here. We're going to connect the full pipe to there. So now this pipe with the full 600 is going to get split more judiciously between locations. Now, last change. We're going to put that there. Yep, we're all good. All right, so we've connected the water to our water packer. Looks amazing, by the way. Very happy with that. And then we need to make a similar build for our I clicked on this. Okay, there we go. B4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. Again, exactly the same size of our blueprint. Give ourselves a little access port. And then we're going to build, if we have the materials on us, our fuel unpacker. Okay. Take a peek at this and see what did we do? What did we do? We need a few copper sheets. Let's grab that. This is my insane build supplies for this build. Actually, I have my blueprints. Temptation, of course, is to just build the side that looks the coolest, but we want the side that has the best case as well. I think somewhere in this area. What am I looking for, you're asking? Well, we're unpacking, so we know we're going to receive fuel. That fuel is on there, on the other side there, right through this alleyway. You can see that that's where the fuel's coming from. I'm looking for the output pipes. I've built up a lot of stuff, so we know that's not it. That's the drop down. I'm gonna go with this one. Looking very carefully. We got both of those right. This is the... We're unpacking, right? So it's one input, two outputs. Input, packed fuel, output, unpacked fuel. Give ourselves a little room to see what we've committed ourselves to. The insanity of all of it. Packed fuel comes in on this side. Let's, well, you know the easiest way to check that. If this defaults to an input, well, it's defaulting to an input. We know it's right. So now we know we need to get the packed fuel from both sides of our build into this side. Yeah, and blueprints are still having some wackiness with conveyor lift holes. And every now and again we've got an empty full frame here. They're minor things that we're not going to get distracted by. As I allow myself, of course, to get distracted by them. Alright, so now, over here, we've got packed fuel. Now, it needs packaged water before it will kick off. But I think what I want to do is sink all of these in. Nice and comfy like this. But we've got to do it twice. The belts are just not going to support the speed. We're going to have to do something a little fancier, which means we're probably going to have to move this out. Let's see. This side, I think, has 13 machines, and that's 60 each. So 60 times 13, 780. Unfortunately, our belts are only 480. So we're going to have to double up. Always check your math, though. Right, so 480. So we're going to have to get 2 belts to output this stuff. Let's move you a little further out. Yeah. Going in. Going in. The simplest way to do this would be to... Yeah, we should take the simplest way. Let's just put one line on the ground and one line in the air for merger. And maybe we'll just connect one side of this. prove that it's working. Oh, I didn't need to build that second level. Didn't need to build it at all. Yeah, I just had sort of a math thought. 480 divided by 60, 8 belts max. Okay. Good to know. We've got 13 on this side, right? Yes. So we'll do the first 7, and that'll leave 6. That'll leave us with a little bit of overhead. Then when we come back, we can upgrade these belts. But for right now, this is looking pretty good. We're dealing with merchandise, so we know we have to merge. And we're dealing with 3 so far. Said we were going to do 7. Let's just do what we said. 5, 6, 7. Okay. We'll come back. Build belts. Okay, and then I don't even know if we need to build belts back this way, right? Let's just build another merger right here. Let's go down the line. Double check and make sure we're lined up, and we are. Final click. We'll build all the outside first. Then we'll come back and build the inside. With that. All right, so now these 2 are dropping down. We need to connect all the good stuff right here. Wait a minute. Not that one. This is the one we want to connect. Yes. Package fuel's coming out of those refineries into our packagers, which in this case are unpacking. I ran... That's a great time to autosave. Sorry about that. Running out of material. Go grab some encased beams, and I know I've got a bunch of them. I'm gonna grab a few other extra things here as well. Just because we know we're gonna need them of it. All right. Can drop them all down evenly for now. Might not end up being the case. For instance, we could choose do something like this and this. And effectively do a straight shot into one of these. Like this. I don't think I want to do that, though. I want to turn this. And then connect this one like this. And this one like this. All right, and then we're going to put a splitter on each of these. Oh, sigh. Reinforced plating and rotor. Reinforced plating. I think rotor was right next to it. I could have sworn I saw rotors right here. There they are. All right. So what am I trying to do here? I am trying to set this up where if one of these unpackers or packers or any of these things gets to the point where it's not fully utilized, then it will switch over to the other side. Center is any, right is overflow. Okay, and then on this one, we're going to do the opposite. This is probably controversial, but turn in the belt. Oh, that's weird. Ooh, speaking of a turn in the belt, I can't do this. I need to make an adjustment. We need to leave this area open to connect the other items. So let's connect everything. Let's give them a wide berth. We are getting kind of claustrophobic in here. You know what? For now, we're just going to build it straight. Should probably wait for it to be a problem before I try to solve it. Make sure we get fully past. All right, yeah, so now we still have good access here. And we'll deal with any balance issues afterwards. All right, so we're receiving the good stuff. Physical product that comes out of this, opposed to the liquid product, which suddenly, as I say it, I realize is also liquids are also physical. But the interesting thing is we can consider hooking these up directly. This is going to be not going to be a total nightmare. It's just going to be a semi-nightmare. The fuel comes out. The empty containers come out. Where does the fuel go? I think the fuel goes this way. Towards the rubber and plastic factory. I think our best bet here is to connect everything of the same type. So let's do that. We'll get our good old-fashioned we'll just, I don't know, say right here and right here. Same basic build as the other side. Right, and this is package fuel coming out. We want to send that package fuel down the line. We're merging because we're dealing with merchandise. On this side, we have 12 items. We'll merge in the first 6. 1. Uh-oh. I way overdid this. 4 are already connected. Uh-oh. 5 and 6. Boo. Okay, had a little bit of a oddity in the connection there, but it's connected. Let's see. To get unlucky. Our placement at all? Oh, looks like it's okay. We're going to be minimally clipped. So I need to get these two connected here. Yeah, let's go to the outside. Let's just run the whole thing around. What we'll do is we'll start with 2 of these. Okay. Know where we've got our access ports up here. We'll go that. We're going to keep it real close. Then we're going to run it around the back, I think. Let's change the direction of the... That was hopeful for a turn for once. And since we're changing direction, we're going to also change the height, I think. If we can. And this, the reason why I do this is, you know, one direction is one height and the other direction is another height. Kind of like airplane rules, right? We're all flying at different altitudes based on the direction we're going. I think it's like for airplanes, north and south flies on either odd or even, and then east and west flies on the other odd or even. Just lower the likelihood of collision. And then we'll connect you here. You. Little wrap around to the back. Okay. Just gonna totally mess that up. So we have our package fuel fully connected. It's all connected to our packager, which is actually going to unpack. Boy. Just a tiny bit of Z fighting is going to drive me a little nuts. The weird part about it, yeah, it's going to be that way. I'll figure it out. I'll put a pylon or something in there to cover it all up. So now we've got packagers going. We've got package fuel going to our packager, which is actually going to unpackage. Let's check and see what we have going on this side. What are the requirements left over here? So we've got packaged water that needs to come out of here and in over here. Let's set that up. Now this is going to be interesting. Primarily because I don't know that we actually have room for all of this. Now, we're supplying water, so we know we need splitters. I can't go too up because we have the pipes here already. I might not be able to go too wide for the same reason. Use a little bit of clipping to our advantage. Make everybody real snug-like. Well, hold on. I'm gonna have to build one of these at every stop, aren't I? This is gonna be close quarters building. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to combine these in a single shot. Just to maintain sanity. I'm not building this 4 times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build one direct line. Then about halfway through, I'm going to inject the other materials. Sorry, I know this is a lot of belt building, but this is where we are, and I'm kind of finding a rhythm on it. That power pole is pure Clip City. We're gonna have to fix that. Oh, that was a little cricket. We'll go back and fix those little details. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think right here we're gonna inject the rest of this stuff. Of course, we're gonna have to build a merger to make that happen. We need these to output. Guess we'll do the same on this side, right? Put it the exact same point. Since we're doing it in one uber shot, there's really no need to deal with any smart splitters or anything fancy. Now we need to split the rest of the see if we can do this. Oh, I'm liking the feel of this. Just jump from pipe to pipe. Come on. Oh, I totally missed that one. Semi missed that one. Holy moly. That's the problem with when the builds get really tight like this. The ley lines become deceiving. You don't know exactly which building you want to line it up with. But we got it. All right. Now, right after we get here, we send out a merger request. And inject the rest of it halfway through. So now this is a 4-port request for packaged water. Packaged water is this beautiful blue building right here. Let's look for packaged water output. Look to be here. Gotta be smart about this. Packaged water. Only gonna have one input for one output for packaged water. Plus the arrow tells me it's the right one. One, 2, 5, 4. Oh, we're running out of material yet again. I just know that we've got some in here. Let's take all, put one back. Always leave one space in your inventory. And then this guy, we're gonna come out a little bit. Gonna give it some angle. Gonna give ourselves a different height on this one, just so we can integrate it just a little better as we manage our clipping. All right, packed water. Now, I honestly am having a heck of a time trying to remember what we want to do here. Output the fuel to over here. Drop in those containers. And then we're going to pull those containers directly into here. So this is a fun little additional play on the recycling concept of this build. Give me 1 second. I'm not going to move. I just want to have one quick cut. Be right back. All right, we're back. So one of the subscribers to the channel mentioned that we could recycle the containers. I thought that was a really cool idea, so we're going to do it. You'll know who you are. I don't want to shout you out in case you're shy. I actually paused to look it up, but I'm giving myself a second thought on that. So, if you want to call yourself out and take credit for this idea, feel free. I will verify you if you are the person who gave me the idea. So basically, as we unpack the fuel, we have a container left over that we then ship over here to use as part of our packed water build to populate or to have a container for the water to go into. So we actually are going to use whatever containers we use to spawn this will be the only containers that we have to use the whole build. We won't have to continually make and destroy containers. That's kind of cool. One more height to get connected. We'll be good to go. Uh-oh. Let's do something funky to get this one going. I might come all the way to the ground. Pop back up in here. I know that looks weird, but we want to make sure we can connect the fuel pipes on the way out. All right. One thing that we are going to have to do, though, I might just go in and hand feed those containers. That's what I'll do. That's the easiest part of this whole thing. So now we have the fuel. We're going to have 4 items of fuel. And then we're going to use this whole lane here all the way down to that mountain for recycling. But one last thing I want to check. Time flies when you're having fun. I think we're going to put it on the right side here. We're going to use these 4. This little mountain clipped into our bridge. We're going to use 4 for the recycling build. As such, we're also going to use those 4 for the fuel. We're just going to start it all the way down here and more or less hope that this is the appropriate location. hit the organism. Buffer. No. I thought I was going to build a water tower as well, but I'm not. I'm just going to build a fuel tower. Whether these are fully functional or not, they're fun to build. I actually got a positive comment on it, so I'm going to go for it. In and out. 2 more. And if I run out of space and I don't have enough recyclers, I'll just have to slap in some power shards. These power shards solve everything. All right. Ooh, that might be too high up. Let's test this. See, now, I have to admit that's annoying. Oh. Looks like it will work. But we're going to have to keep it somewhat close. So let's test this. Not the right pipe style. Oh, it is the right pipe style. All right, knowing that, then we want to put it close, but not touching. But not so far away that it's too far away. Oh, that's right. Then we'll grab the boreholes, connect you to here. There we go. And, you know, I'll do some fun stuff on this near the end. The point that we want to deal with right now is finding a place where we can actually connect these 4 pipes over here. I was kind of joking about that, but dunes might be the death of us. Oh, first one is... Wait, why did it go out that way? Why did it do that? Let's try a different build mechanism. or methodology. Let's just see what auto does. Oh, it's cutting through up there. Actually, not a terrible idea, but not exactly how we want it to look. So the simplest way to do this would be to put in transitionary piece. Whoa. What is that doing way up there? Yikes. Alright. One more. One more little section to help guide this build. I'll admit, it's getting a little spaghetti under here. This is literally the last thing we have to do. Okay, so that's fuel making its way. The fuel tower. Trying to guess about like what's halfway here. Can we do this with one or two? Gotta take two. Now we're on a straightaway. All right. Let's build some pumps. Oh, look at that. After you click on the pump, you can rotate it to place it a little bit more to your liking. Just figure that out myself. So that's fun. Looking to pull some power. We'll make this an official tower once we get going here. Right now, let's just get everybody hooked up, happy, and ready to go. And then speaking of power, we need to get some power below. Hmm. Let's put a wall here. And we'll connect it this way, but we need a double wall outlet. Why do I want power under here again? Oh, right. Because we want to connect our buildings. And we set our buildings up to be powered under here, I thought. But I am not seeing the power connection quite yet. So we'll go inside and connect that. I mean, we have to really be in the building. Try to find that power connection. All right, it's on the wet wall. It's always on the wet wall. Just gotta keep it connected, and then connect it. And put that glass back. Same thing over here. So, ooh, we're gonna have to clean up that alleyway. Sorry, I was looking for the, that wet wall again and kind of owned out for a second there. Here we go. Let's see if we can bend this wire to our will. We want to at least get it kind of out of the alleyway. Okay. We might be done and ready to start this. Are we? Think about this for a minute. I think we're in a good spot. Of course, we could always think about it while we autosave. These autosaves are getting kind of chunky. I think I'm going to make some room. The good old inventory. So these need packaged water. This packaged water needs... I'd like to think that it's getting water. Just needs containers. Uh-oh, bad news. Didn't set these recipes. Gonna have to go back and... Oh, that's so bad. That is the worst. It's so bad I almost don't believe I did that. Almost willing to believe that I did set these recipes. But we got them in now. Question is, why is the water arriving? Like a haunted maze of craziness. There's water there. All right, we're gonna have to debug this a little bit. H2O water is connected. Not making it up here. Is this powered? Looks like it's powered. Let's run a test. For just a moment here, we're going to assume that it's working. It just needs the inputs of the empty container. gonna test that theory out here momentarily. So within this little area, I set up a little draft here to pick up some empties. I knew we'd need them. This seems to be the most likely place to kick this whole thing off. But not if we're not getting water. Which we are not. So they're saying water is making it to here, but not up to the pump. I kind of don't believe that either. There is a way to test that as well. Oh, I dumped all the stuff out of my inventory. Hold on. Wire and rods and cable. Am I putting a pump in here? Once again, I don't have the material. Motor, beams, plastic. Worst case scenario. Well, there's a couple worst case scenarios, actually. Worst case scenario is the blueprint is faulty. Which I'm starting to consider. I don't understand that at all. Wow, this blueprint's not even done, basically. All these pipes are missing. So it's faulty, just not in the way that I thought it was. I'm gonna have to go back and work that blueprint. Like, the pipes are not even connected to the packagers. That is a weird mistake for me to make. Not saying I couldn't have made it, just weird. Well, see, now wait, why is this one connected? Last one on the list is good to go. Let's give you some containers. See, now you're not getting water. Kind of stuck in here now. Well, it's already working. But why isn't this one pumping water? I put that one right on the edge. Let's rebuild this section here. I have to have this pipe to service the upper layer. Starting to go. So we've got a pretty major blueprint issue. But let's just make sure that one's working. Number 2 is working. Number 3 is not getting water. Number 4 is not getting water. Now, why are you pumping, but you're not giving me any flow rate here? I'm gonna have to double check this blueprint in its entirety. See, this is the reason why you only build one when you go to build a blueprint. 'Cause you never know. Sorry, I am in a maze right now. That was shockingly bad. And I know I need 25 of these, and each blueprint produces 8, so we're going to build 3 of these. So we're going to overclock one of these machines, do the work of 2, and that'll get us our 25. I don't even want to know what the second level is doing. But interesting that that water has kicked off this, which has kicked off this packaged water, which has kicked off the packaged water being sent down to the lower levels. That packaged water is coming over here to the unpackager, which we're going to have to double check on as well. Then you can see the gray containers, which are empty. And those gray containers are coming back out of that machine and over and into these machines. Where are the grays? Right here. Obviously, we don't have nearly enough in the system in total right now, but we'll get there. And that should mean, thinking it all the way through, we should have fuel over here now. This lowest level should have fuel. Why do I say stuff like that? Just set myself up to be wrong. The fuel must be outputting somewhere. Right? Absolutely zero flow rate. This is intense. My goodness, did I build this? So if we're getting zero flow rate, but we're obviously getting things unpacked, that means these machines are backing up in fuel. Well, we got that one right. I kind of don't believe this is exactly what I built, but yes, it is. I remember this part. Holy moly, the intensity. Okay. I think this means pumps. Let's see. It's going out. If I pump this though, I'm gonna have to valve it as well, just to make sure everything keeps going downward. All right, give me a pause so I can grab some materials. I'll be right back. We won't debug until we're back on camera. I just want to grab the materials. Okay. We're back. One of the things I wanted to do is just to make sure that we valve this. Of course, there's not enough space to actually put in a valve. I'm surprised that this is not... I mean, you get 10 head lift for free. It's more than 10, huh? What's this pipe say? Oh, no, wait, this pipe's full. It's not full, but it's got stuff in it. Wow, that was a drop. Oh. So here, there's nothing in this pipe. But right here, I can see that there's clearly something in this pipe. Am I getting... Am I getting blueprint bugged here? If I take this pipe out and put it back in, will it work? No. Oh no. This seems bad. That's really bad news. If I take out this floor hole, reconnect you. That's disappointing. Landing on a pipe is like a mini game. Why aren't we getting fuel to this level? Still at the top there. Get like a. I thought I saw an absolute drop. It's acting like there's some in there, but then deciding, well, maybe not. What's that? What's that? There's flow up to this point. Surely you're not trying to tell me you can't make it to this pump. There's something bugged going on here, or what am I missing? Gonna quickly put this in. Of course, now it's working, even if I haven't plugged it in yet. Wait, what? Okay, we've got power there. I've disconnected the power somewhere else. That little amount of head lift difference is the difference between working and not working. Okay. I'm going to take that as a requirement to put pumps on all of these. Well, they're all moving now. Fill rate and drain rate. Okay. We're getting fuel. Sorry about that diversion. Now, it's time to build. That's a terrible running start. This side is what? Backed up on... And I wouldn't want to drop a container in here. Stuck. Unpackaged fuel. Right, so the fuel is being unpacked, but then not sent along its way. Which should just be to drop it down into this pipe. And through to this floor. Yeah, I'm declaring that a bug. Like, this is connected. It has to be connected. Actually, you know what? This is a way to get more containers into the system. If I had this to do over again, I would set it up where I'd have a industrial storage container. And so I could just dump them in much easier. We're gonna do a little bit of hand jamming. I don't know what to tell you. I think this video is gonna get delayed. Mostly because I'm gonna have to go back into the blueprints and take out all the pipe floor holes. For fear that they're just not gonna work right otherwise. You know what? I think I could jumpstart this a little faster. I might be able to pull some of the water from our fabric factory. No. What are we building over here? Packaged fuel. Is there some packed water? Oh, chance? No, because there's no empty canisters. Boo. All right. Give me a pause. It's going to be a long one. For you, it'll just be a moment. But I'm going to have to go back and basically pull out every floor hole to have any hope of this working correctly. So well, you know what? We'll do that afterwards. Let's soldier through and let's make the recycle. I think we wanted 50 of these. And that's going to be a lot of materials. Probably more materials than I can even hold. All right. Give me a second. Let me load these things up. And I'll be right back. Okay, we're at the very end of our refinery platform here. Just gonna start the process. Yeah, I instantly recognize that I don't know which. Ah, that's the input side. That's the output side. Okay, this is the right way. Just looking at the requirements on the splitters and mergers. Let's build 2 of these. Let's hope it didn't rotate on us. We didn't use any floor holes, so we should be okay. And if you remember, this blueprint is set up to send everything down this line. And then these smart splitters are set up to foist as much resources off the sushi belt into the appropriate machine. So this is a machine that wants rubber, and this is putting as much rubber into that machine as possible. And then this is a pipe to carry fuel to all the machine. And we've got 48 more of these to build. Now, I'm obviously not going to be able to hold all this stuff. So we're going to have to build and take a break, come back. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to stick to my build principles and try to build as many of these as possible. Oh, let's go to blueprint mode. Very important. I'm using blueprint mode and control clicking, and I'm stopping occasionally just to make sure that it's facing the right direction. As soon as I run out of parts, I want to pause to grab some more, and then we'll come back to finish this build. Out of copper sheets. Okay. Cleaned up some of our inventory. The problem is some of this stuff, like the motors, they stack to 50, but they want 1,000 of them. Encased industrial beams, they stack to 100, but they want 1,500, 4,500, or whatever the numbers are. So they're just taking up way too much space. Still a little upset with those blueprints. Let's see. Probably finish off the paste. I brought a lot of encased beams because we're going to build a lot of belts. Looking for the motors. There they are. They just take up way too much space. I have to cut them back to, let's say 200. That's 300. Close enough. Then we need some copper sheets. And some steel pipe. Yeah, when in doubt and you're trying to figure out what's inside a large number of industrial storage containers, or storage containers for that matter, just use F, get yourself in delete mode, and then you'll see what you're going to get. If you delete, that tells you a lot about what's inside the container. Grab a couple of those. And see if we can find some iron plate. One more, and I have all the iron plate done. If I could find a little bit more plastic, I can have all the plastic done as well. Let's see. What do I want to do with one stack? Back to building. Do I want 50 of these or do I want 25 of these? I've only built 12. I feel like I've consumed like a huge amount of this space. Little worried. Let's check some numbers. Yeah, if I build 25, that's 25 times 60 divided by 2, 750. I think I want 25. It's 50 total buildings, but I only need 25 of them. So if I started with 50 and now I'm at 38, that means I've built 12. And if I want 25, that means I need 13 more. Next time we need resources, we'll be able to clean all this up. Let's make sure that we are back on the right side. There we go. Control click with blueprint selected as our mode. Wait a minute. I told it that I only wanted 13 more, and yet I'm still at maximum amount here. That's technically all I need. 25. A little weird, though, to not have any more. $30 fuel per minute. 30 times 25. 750. Is that right? It is right. Well, that's sadness, because that means I'm going to have to go back and build some more fuel pipes. I guess we can build 5 extra. Give us ourselves a little bit of a little margin. So I'm going to edit this to-do list. Maybe I have to click it. See, aren't you glad that you don't play experimental branch? Steel pipe. Where did I put the steel pipes? The only problem with this method is that each container is actually made of steel beams and steel pipes, so you might get a little false sense of what's in it. Just have to always minus out the contents of your brain. All right. We're building 5 extra of these. Mostly for design purposes, if I'm going to be honest. Just going to look a little better. Okay. One, two, three, four, five. We are definitely stopping, not building anymore. We are done. And we're going to have to go back and this part of the connecting we planned on. We knew we were going to have to connect these. This isn't a big deal. If I had really run the numbers, I would have built a secondary backflow pipe. Now I'm out of fuel in my jetpack. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Give me a pause. I'll be right back with the copper sheets. Hey, we're back. I think what we're gonna do is just gonna connect this like this and whip this up like this. Guess we could be a little cleaner about it. And the reverse will also be true, so we'll hook the first two up to this side, and the other two up to the other side. And as the fuel gets dumped into these machines, we'll just build a little backflow. Yeah, this is a long build. So the original idea was going to be to connect this side to this side, but now I think I need to go up a level and double back. Like this. and then have all the this should have been part of the blueprint. But I did not think about pipe speed putting this together. Just short. Right, so same build, just grabbing all this extra pumping this as a backfill flow. So it's just going to go all the way down. I think I can do this in a reasonable amount of time. So this pipe should basically be, you know, if it's not 600 the whole time, it should be whatever it is going to be at the max. For the sake of this conversation, it's going to be 600. It's going to come all the way down to the end here. And when this bottom pipe gets emptied out, because each one of these machines is asking for, what was it, 30 fuel? This fuel comes all the way down, loops back, and then refreshes the fuel that's available to the machines. Yeah, 30 fuel a pop. Now we got to go through and see if we have what it takes to put in the power. I don't know if I can put a test on this with just one side. But we'll try it. I'll just connect you there for right now. Should all have power now. They don't all necessarily have fuel and stuff to process. Should have power. If I gave you some plastic. Wait, the rubber comes out on this side. And then did it go right back into this machine? It did. So we don't have a feedback loop for that though. Because at the end here, we want it to be able to collect everything. This is plastic. This side doesn't have fuel yet, so it's not going to be a full test. I'm going to say that's a partial test, and I'm going to say that part is definitely successful. So I have to basically connect all these pipes the exact same way I did, but on this other side. I'm going to do that off camera. And then as soon as I'm done with the pipes, I'll come back and we'll talk through the belts. All right, give me a second. Halfway through, just finished the bottom layer, and I'm putting in the top fuel line. Evenly distributed to all machines perfectly. Make use of the required 750 fuel per minute. Since these pipes only do 600, got to build this additional manifold piece. Almost done. Just thought I would check in. Be right back. Okay, completed both of the pipes on this side. It is my belief that all of the machines now have, all 30 of them, have fuel. So it's being pumped down right now. And now, oh, fuel and power. And now we need to provide supply. We have 1,200. Let's get a few more encased beams on our inventory before we embark on this. Don't need anywhere near as many copper sheets. I'll keep a few extra. think this is working. You know what's interesting? This is going to go through kind of like an every other machine type situation. Which is why we are going to have to backfill with the upper layer. Like we can put plastic right in here. That plastic is going to come out on this side and then get sent straight into here. Or did I say rubber will come out on this side and get sent straight into here. And then, ooh, sorry, this is really loud. And then the rubber will get plasticized, sent out of this machine into here. So it's going to be a back and forth. But this first machine is never going to receive fresh plastic unless we do a loop back. In the same way that I just set those up, I have to set this up going this way all the way down. To start, the very first machines are going to just... Oh no, it's going to zigzag its way through. I would need a very, very high level perspective to really show you what I'm talking about, but I think you get it. Right? It goes from one side to the other side. I don't think any of these machines are gonna have stuff in them quite yet. This loopback is here. There's room for it, as I mean. Could just build it. Right, the challenge here is to find that flow state where you really make this happen efficiently. Nope. Interesting. I put in like 2 stacks of plastic and rubber, 1 stack each basically, and now 6 or 7 machines are running. Every time it goes through, it doubles the physical. Doubles the materials. Okay, we made it to the end. Try to minimize some of the clipping. Actually, I'm going to run all the way back to set up the back loop. Yeah, see, so this one, it's going to create 180 rubber. Then that 180 rubber is going to create 360, then that's going to create 720. This whole line is going to be full pretty quickly. Then we'll have to double back, fix our blueprint, build those blueprints, and then we'll actually have the material and fuel to make this whole thing happen. Oh, I was going to cut, but we're here now. So this chunk... I think what I want is a little organization. Well, it's 1 belt worth no matter what, right? So all the plastic that we made here at the end is foisted all the way back to the start. Try to run to beat it down there. And, of course, we'll rip half of that off, right? Because we're going to want to use plastic and rubber in future builds. So it's going to come right back to here. I'm going to drop down, merge in. And this one takes plastic. That plastic is getting put right back into the system. This thing should fill up here soon. It took all of it? Oh, wow. Guess that first machine wasn't totally full. But now, when the material gets done at the end, comes back, feeds back into here. Eventually, we'll have a little bit of a surplus. Once we have that surplus, like this machine, it's already capped, so it would send its plastic down. And once that plastic gets shipped down further and further, see, it's getting further and further down the line before it gets totally stuffed into another machine. Also, you know, what's funny about this is we're not only seeing what's being passed down, but we're seeing the effect of the rubber being recycled into plastic as well. So here's where we currently are. And that was just from like maybe 400 plastic and rubber. So now we're way down here. If I went over and built the other side, I could probably get that one going as well. That side's probably chock full of rubber that's not being processed. All right, so this will be like that. And this is a line that goes down this way. I have rubber on me. Just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to pause and I'm going to go ahead and build this back loop off camera. I'll be right back. By the way, look at all this amazing produced rubber going down the line. Not done building yet, but I am curious. This somehow... Oh yeah, I guess if you think about it, it's actually not a sushi belt. Sorry, this is super loud. So the rubber's almost all the way back. Yeah, because the rubber only comes out on this side. Interesting. All right, let me finish up the feedback loop, and then we'll call it. Give us a second here. All right, we made it to the end here. We're gonna build a splitter on this line. Drop the results right back into here. That will just mean that all this rubber you see coming in now will just get doubled up as more plastic. And then on this side, yes, we're already seeing a significant backup. And part of this is because our belt speed isn't max, but this building structure is set up for max belt speed. So we will have to come back and just do a bunch of belt upgrades, but we won't have to touch this factory. This factory is done. It's going to give us right around 780 rubber and 780 plastic per minute. Once we get all the infrastructure and support set up. So that's backing up, and that should mean we're now getting some material here. We can use that material for future endeavors. What I'm thinking about is like a little local storage. Of course, I do have pipes under here, and I bet you I put these in the worst possible location. Not the absolute worst, just not terribly good. Oh no, wait. Technically okay. We'll build a little storage / future drone port right around here. Alright, so that's done. Now the only thing we have left is to deal with this, what I'm going to officially call floor hole bug for these pipes. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go over to my blueprints. I'm going to have to reload them, take out all the floor pipes, which means I'm going to have to take out all the floors that connect to the floor pipes, then connect all the pipes directly. Not a huge deal. But not something that I'm going to do on camera, I don't think, because it's just going to be a bit tedious. So we'll clear this designer, load, unpack fuel 8. Okay, so it's going to be one of those days. I need to get the resources to have the ability to build this blueprint. So give me a second. I'm going to cut here. I'm going to fix both blueprints. And then we'll come back and we'll build 2 more of each. I'm guessing this is also starting to work a little better. Unless we're totally full on fabric. Can you run under here? Yes, you can. It's convenient. Okay. Give me a second. That one needs polymer resin. That's not getting polymer resin because we're full on heavy oil residue, and that's full on heavy oil residue because we don't have the water to dilute enough of this fast enough. And we don't have that water because we need more towers. And we don't have those towers because we were betrayed by the blueprint, but we'll fix it. I shall return. Be right back. Also checking in, noticing that there's still some major visual bugs associated with blueprints, splitters, and lifts. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I know that they're connected, and they're working, but I'm not quite sure why it's doing all this. This is a whole bunch of extra. And honestly, I don't know if there's I don't know what's going on here. But is an issue. We'll see more when we go to put this in place, what it actually looks like. Anyway, that was about it. I think this one is fixed, so I'm about to save it and load the packer, and then we'll be ready to put it in place. And we are back. All right, I believe I've adjusted the blueprint correctly. But we'll see. It's possible that I've just made this blueprint too tight. Got a little greedy by wanting to keep everything looking good, and there's not enough room in there to do this. All right, it's gonna be a little loud. Let's see if we can fly into that sandwich layer right there. Oil. Looks like that would be a little more convenient. So this part looks promising. Except I see indicators that are not moving, that should be moving. Maybe it's not the floor holes, maybe it's just pipes themselves. Like, yeah, works at this point. Works here. No flow here. considered in this. It's considered in the same network. Oh, wait. But I've got... Wait. I've got floor hose right here that are working? That are not working. Which one is it? Well, let's try the lift. Maybe a lift will give us a little more success. Oh, maybe we're not getting flow because we just don't have anything unpacked? Could it be working? Just this section doesn't have power. I may have made an incorrect assumption there. I mean, if any amount of fuel makes it out of the machine, it's working. Simple way to put it. We'll take a little bit from our personal supply here. And what's going on here? That one's not working. The fact that that actually has liquid in it in that segment is the problem. Boy, I'm tracking this all the way down, trying to figure out where this pipe is getting backed up. Oh, the whole system itself is backed up because we're full. Okay. Just so we can get a sense of what is actually going on, we're gonna just burn. Just gonna burn all of this for now. Sorry, I know I'm getting a little more than a little annoyed here, but I am trying to get through this. Flow is 5. Yeah. Everything is backed up, and that is the curse of the oil platform. If you let any part of it get backed up, it will shut down the entire thing. But good news is, we can continue. We need some additional... Well, the problem with that last build was actually the end product was we didn't have enough storage. We're ripping one belt right now. That should be enough. We can rip another belt if we absolutely have to. Sort of. Okay. Try this again. Nothing else. It does look cool. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to make that jump, actually. Oh yeah, no way. Oh boy. The other problem with this pod design is I didn't count on having to do a lot of access. It's like, it's built, the things will connect to the floor holes. Stop bothering me. Oh boy. Suppose I could just build more ladder. caught the subtle difference between the way that these two connected. And it didn't click in the exact right spot, so I knew it was an issue. And let's see if we can pull power up. Man, I am really happy I put this sandwich layer in. Holy moly. I'll just run my test. All right, looks like we're pumping the fuel out. No problems. Only problem we have now is we don't have enough fuel in here to process, but that will change once we build our water packer. My success there makes me question if we had a bug that entire time. But we can question ourselves infinitely later. Let's get finished. Rounding the bend at this point. Think I can fly in right there? Maybe if I start from here. As messed up as these floor holes look, they actually work. And I should face these out so we can see product from a distance. Oh. Right. I forgot that I didn't get these recipes set. Holy moly. Where is my connection? Well, that got it powered. This is your opportunity to be way better than me. One of many, maybe. Always remember to set your recipes. One of these is connected, but the rest aren't. Right. Have to reconnect these manually. I blew up this blueprint trying to solve for the floor hole bug. Guess it's a minor thing to have to build this part manually. Waves and waves of packed water. Come down and go in. Packed water goes in, dilutes the fuel. The fuel comes out, goes out and around, gets repacked on this side. Or depacked more precisely. One more build and reconnect to go. One thing's for sure, getting a lot of coupon points. Oh wait, I built both sections but didn't set up both sections. Maybe. Good news is this is perfectly what you would expect given our current situation, which means we are getting there. I think this service layer is our last bit. If I can figure it out. Yeah, these floor holes are visually bugged, but they work. Good old autosave. This one I have to check each machine. Make sure they each hit. I need more empty containers. The only hope that I have to hit the numbers is to make sure that every machine is doing its part. Ooh, I'm kind of stuck here. Crouch my way out. Where's your empty canister? This is near the end of the line now, so it is going to take a while. I could probably say that's 78%, so it's probably working, but we're going to wait. Confirm it like that. If I had some empty canisters, I could make this go a little faster, but I didn't think to bring any empty canisters with me. The last two, I'll check the numbers. If it's got anything in it besides 0%, I'm going to assume it's working. Nope, just in time on that one. And we can wait for one more canister. So yeah, that visual bug. Ouch. If you select multiple things and then you find out that you selected something that you didn't want, just use your thumb button and it will send you back to the first thing that you selected, which in this case was the wall. Let's try this again. I can be super precise. Alright, so now in this scenario, since I've selected something that I didn't want, and I know the first thing I selected was my ladder, which is the target, I can use my thumb button. It'll reset my dismantle to just the first type of thing I selected. All right, we made it. Holy moly. That was an ordeal. We're technically not totally done. I'm gonna run over here and grab some of this fuel. And we're gonna manually hoist it into the well, that's a screenshot if I've ever seen one. We're gonna manually hoist it into these machines just so we can get more containers in the mix. If each of these machines has a full stack, then that should be more than enough containers floating around the system. Maybe. It's just that we're not going to build containers in this loop. Right? The packaged fuel is going to get unpacked. The empty container is going to get sent over to the water. The water gets packed. Then it goes over here where it gets packed as fuel again. So we're recycling those containers. And so by adding packaged fuel to this closed loop, we're actually adding empty containers, which should mean more water. Gonna have to work its way through all of that. And then one last thing that we want to do, we built 28 machines on this side, and we want one overclocked, and this one is overclocked. It's cranking on these. Machine on this first floor already has 100 containers within it, so that's good. This is claiming 60%, but I don't see how they can make that claim. 61% and rising. We need one machine to have overclock level 2 in here as well. So now this side is cranking out. It's got plenty of packaged fuel to run full bore. It's cranking out more empty containers for our water side to use. I'm closing this off. This is done. I honestly don't want to look at it again. These visual bugs on these floor holes on the outside is going to be my only regret. I might go back in after this and clean that up. Yeah, 100,000 points a minute. I suppose the final thing that I could do here is some sort of storage solution. It's just so loud. I suppose we also want this for packaged fuel and fabric. Those three things are the full scope of all of the products generated. I think 5 is kind of a nice round number. If this will reach, that is. Try this again, shall we? Nope, that's not right. Is any of that right? The answer to that question is not really. It's a little confusing because of the two inputs and outputs. Now we'll build our storage layer. Full connection. Got the first one absolutely right. Got the rest of them absolutely wrong. But the point is we are now storing plastic and rubber. Oh, it's all wacky. Let me perfect this off camera, because actually it's going up and down. Which means it's probably not making its way down to the bottom here. It needs to go up and in, then out. That way. That way. And that way. Every other one. Now we're making it to the bottom. There we go. All right. I think we're just going to leave that for now. Technically, we do need to have some sort of awesome sink on it, but the amount of storage capability there is pretty grand. 5 stacks. $48 times 5, so we're looking at a pretty good 240 stacks of each type. But there you go. Theoretical bugs, maybe not bugs. Lots of stuff going through the system. Recycling recipe used to the maximum. Recycling containers as part of the recycling. So it's double recycling. Getting through all kinds of crazy issues, but staying true and getting through to the end. Off camera, I'll connect the packaged fuel from here and the fabric from over there to this storage. That's just going to be running a really long belt along this line here. And then getting it connected. And then we'll come back and build some tower. Maybe put some signage up. But this video is already way too long. Congratulations if you made it through. But nonetheless, We might have to, because my vision for this is some sort of drone port scenario. But we might also want to build a little area where we can do walk-up service. But we can worry about that later because we do have 2 outputs right here. We can do 1 output for the drone port and 1 output for the self-service. But yeah, we're going to worry about all of that in a future video. This is almost a 4-hour extravaganza, and I am belaboring the point even further. I'll have to take a look at the video and see if I believe that the floor holes are, or how badly the floor holes are bugged. I've been making a ton of videos, so I am about to fill up my hard drive here. The one thing I can't say that I totally love the way these buildings came out. The water packer and the fuel unpacker. We've got some water backing up here, so that's good. Means that these fuel dilution machines are gonna start hitting some sort of efficiency. Except for these down at the end. They probably just need more containers. A lot of the containers in this case are being held up in the machines themselves. I'll hand jam some more containers. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and finish the phase 3 requirements. Now, the second I say that, think about all the craziness with all the floor holes. But we're gonna have to keep moving. So, you know, we'll have to figure it out. It's the whole point of the game, right? Figuring stuff out. I'm happy though because I'm seeing this move, which means we're generating polyester, which means we're making fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and grab some more fuel from here and foist it into the system and get some more containers going, get some more fuel going, and get the whole thing rocking and rolling the way it should. But completion of phase 3, well, that's a topic for a new video. Until then, thanks for hanging out. You are a trooper. And we'll see you next time.